Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Football Fan Zone podcast. I know many of you are looking at me like, who is this guy? Who's this guy? Listen, we'll get there when we get there, innit? For now, I'm welcoming you back to the podcast, welcoming me back to the podcast. And we don't even want to waste time beating around the bush. Uh, Battle of the Bridge, X 1000. Finally, we can see some rivalry in London. In recent years, the blue and red side of London have been kind of buddy buddy, been a little friendly. They've been exchanging money under the table, sending players over. They did in fact, some families have split jersey, Arsenal, Chelsea. There's been too much camaraderie, So we wanted to see some sort of animosity, right? And so our world champions, in typical fashion, came into this game second place, and they created the kind of hostility and the kind of animosity that we've all been begging for, from the so-called prides, or the argument of who the pride of London is and who the most successful London club is. We finally got to see some animosity. We haven't seen that for decades. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Adams has been waiting the longest, so I know he's got something to spew. There's going to be no questions. I'm just going to let both sides bare their minds, what they got from the game, and then we're going to get into some of the more revelatory questions that we got from that game. So, Adams, you have the floor.
Okay. Yeah. So before the game started, right? Before the game started, it was supposed to be the best team in the world versus Chelsea, right?
Mm.
That was the argument. Like we're facing the best team in the world. Every Arsenal fan that I knew, every single one of them. I don't think I've had Arsenal fans be this confident about a game against Chelsea. All of them, for some reason, after they watched us beat Barca, right? And
Mm.
that's the thing. That's the thing about like the football world in general. Whatever Chelsea does, I mean, it doesn't really make too much sense. Like, there's always an undertone to it. Like, there's a backhanded compliment. Oh, you won against PSG, summer league, right? It was just what do you call it? Summer Cup. It doesn't really mean too much. Against Barca, well, that Barca team isn't that great. You won against Liverpool. Well, Liverpool are not doing good this season. So they always found a way to make it look like we didn't deserve everything we had. Right. So that Arsenal game, I saw a clip from Kelechi. It was like, oh, Chelsea are moving their advertising board closer, right? And Arsenal haven't even scored from throw-ins this season. And whichever way, Arsenal is going to win that game. Like I was seeing a lot of these videos. People were saying, Arsenal, there's no way for Chelsea, right? There's no way that Chelsea. Arsenal fans were celebrating Palmer. Palmer is back. Arsenal fans were celebrating. They were sending me the news. I didn't even know that Arsenal was back until I think Chuk sent it to me. Like, look, Palmer is back. No excuses. So let's
Mm.
establish that first. So you guys were seeming like overwhelming favorites to win that game. If you had asked some people there, I think some people were predicting 3-1, 4-1 to Arsenal. So yeah, 3-1, 4-1 to Arsenal. So coming into that game, it already felt like they were favorites, best team in the world, the best Arsenal team we've seen. Mind you, they have the best squad. They kept ringing it in our ears. Oh, without Saliba and Gabriel, we have Mosquera and this guy. Without Calafiori, we have this, we have that, we have that. So their squad is good. Noni, no problem. We have Trossard. Trossard, we have Martinelli. Saka, we have this guy. We have everybody in the world, so we are good. They never complained about injuries, right? They're like, nah, except Chooks when he did his thing for before the Spurs game. So it was that type of build up to that game, right? And Chelsea fans, in typical fashion, some of them were loud. Some of them said, we'll do our thing. So going into that game, Arsenal felt like they were going to win. It felt to me like even I was scared. I thought if you handed me a draw before the game, I'd have taken the draw, right? And going to that game, man, look, I don't think I've seen us start a game the way we started that game, right? We came out all guns blazing, and we showed our intent. I was surprised because Maresca is normally a very cautious player, cautious coach. He doesn't really like to take too much risk, especially concerning player fitness. So I saw Fofana starting, I saw Rhys James starting, and I saw Estavao starting. That was a clear intention to me that he was going to go for that game. Three of those guys are guys that he has been managing their minutes judiciously, right? Because Rhys James played against Barca, Fofana played against Barca just midweek, so you were not expecting them to start this game against Arsenal because they're like injury prone players, and we had to. They are on minutes restrictions basically. But man, Maresca said, "I don't care about that. I want these guys to start the game." And he started that game, and you could tell with the intensity with the pressing. We were surprised not to see Saliba, but I honestly wish that he played. You could tell from Arsenal couldn't pass out the back. They couldn't do anything. And the ref, we'll get to the ref in a minute. But Caicedo, right? And this is the thing about players that play on the edge, right? Because he likes to play with aggression, which is good, is great. But he needs to know when to tone it down. Unfortunately, today wasn't that day. He let everything get into his head and he made that tackle, right? And at that point, I kind of still knew that this Chelsea team had something for Arsenal because Arsenal on the ball, they didn't look good. They didn't look good. It looked like the occasion almost got into some of their heads in terms of like the pressure because they couldn't play the type of game that you expect them to play, right? And Maresca, he must have learned because this is like what the fourth or fifth time Chelsea has gone down. I've had a man sent off. If I remember the very first one against Manchester United, he panicked and every one of us called him out. He even admitted it and said, I haven't had a lot of experience going down a man. I didn't have a plan B. He said that publicly. And everybody was like, man, how can you be a coach and not have a plan B? Cool. He went back to the drawing board and he learned. Immediately, I was expecting that he was probably going to take off somebody, Estavao, and put in a defender. But he didn't do that. He didn't panic. He let the game play out. Second half, who comes in? Garnacho. I'm like, okay, let's see what he can cook. Garnacho coming in, he has the legs, he can run. Defensively, he can do a number on Saka, assisting Cucurella, who was on a yellow card. And it felt like the game was finely balanced, right? And set piece again, Ole, right? Rhys James. Bro, there's just in my head right now, like I can't even put things together because there's just too many things I want to talk about. Rhys James. They talk about Rice, one of his best attributes. He knows how to play corner kicks. He plays free kicks very well. Saka, one of the best free kicks. It's not about the corner kicks, it's about the delivery. The delivery is about the ball. If you don't have that perfect delivery, that's why we can't score anymore. Saka is injured. We can't score. We can't score corner kicks anymore. And Rhys James comes and he shows them, okay, you can play corner kicks. We can do it too, right? And I don't want to hear anything about corner kicks. I don't want to hear anything because that's what you guys live by. And we also have 10 corner kick goals, 10 set piece goals as well. Chalobah, bro, man, what a monstrous performance he had today. And what a way to celebrate that goal, too. What a way to celebrate that goal, Superman. Exactly. Yeah, man, he scores the goal. And from them, we had them in our back pockets. They struggled to create. The corner kick gimmicks didn't work today. And we've been doing this thing since. We actually did it against Spurs where, we kind of cleared the box for Rob Sanchez to be able to claim the ball. And yeah, he's one of the best at claiming crosses in the league. We already know that, right? So whatever corners they got, Rob Sanchez was on hand to clear that and take that, right? The only person that I had a problem with today was João Pedro. I need you to be a killer, man. I don't want footballers anymore as my number 9. Bro, I don't care if you know how to play football or not. Just know how to score goals. And that's one thing that is lacking with this team. He had that chance. Where Hincapi gave him the ball. Just I don't know, man. I don't understand these Brazilian kids. We saw Chukwueze do the same thing. He thinks he's Brazilian. I don't know. But just score, man. Just hit it one time. And he took too many touches and the chance was gone. Honestly, I think if he had scored that chance, we probably don't get the red card that we got. Caicedo won't have the need to get that red card. But he took too many chances and the chance went, right? Took many touches and the chance went. But yeah, on a day where it was supposed to be Rice versus Caicedo, the man that came on top was Rhys James, a right back. He showed them levels. It looked Zubimendi, Rice, Eze into the eye, and like he showed them that He now I don't even and that's the thing, right? Every time Gabriel scores a goal, Chuk says, Adams, can I say something crazy? Now, am I allowed to say something crazy after this with James performance? I don't want to see, and this is also with VVS, right? Champions League winner. There is no right back in the history of this league that is better than Rhys James. There is no right back in the history of this league. If Chooks can call Gabriel and Terry in the same sentence, then I'm allowed to say that. There is no right back in the history of this league that is better than
timestamp.
Rhys James. There is no right back. Tell me the right back that can play as a midfielder, central midfielder, and still drop a 10 over 10 performance. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Gary Neville, whoever. There's no right back. Trent that is as good as Rhys James in the history of this league. Go bring other guys from other leagues. Now, EPL, I don't want to hear Rhys James and any EPL player, past, dead, or alive. And I said what I said. Yes, that performance today from Rhys James, the only thing that he doesn't have is the fitness. And bro, and you guys have been doing this thing where you've been closing your eyes to Rhys James' performances all season, right? Since last season, you've been acting like he hasn't been doing what he's been doing. Tuchel, I know Tuchel was there first hand to see that, right? He was there. You know what to do the needful. You know what to do. World Cup, go Three Lions. You know what to do. But yeah, Rhys James showed them levels. Rice who? Zubimendi who? Eze who? Bro, right? James is the reason why it didn't look like Caicedo got a red card, because he was practically playing as the 6 and as the 8. He dominated them. Timber who? That's even a disrespect, man. Never, ever compare Timber to Gusto after that performance, because Gusto was incredible. After that performance, it's Timber versus Gusto. I don't want to hear no Rhys James, bro. I don't want to hear no Rhys James. The only person that I might allow is Gary Neville because of the VVS's on his neck, right? Apart from that, nobody dead or alive in this league. I don't want to hear any name.
I wanted to sanitize the microphone before we we play. I wanted to do like a moment of silence because whoever holds that mic next, the thunder might strike you. um, like I said, no questions. I'm just gonna open the floor, same as I did for Adams. Before we have any comments, before we have any retorts, well, unless Chooks wants to address any of that, but Chooks, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Adams, congrats on that 3 points. You guys played well. That felt like a big win for Chelsea. All the positives. Um, I said Sanchez, the best uh, cross claiming keeper. I don't know how they scored the hips do with the cross, but that's neither here. That's neither here nor there. To be more objective though, we didn't play our best. I'm happy with the points. Um, it wasn't the cleanest game from us, but with the context of the game and the news of Saliba not playing, I didn't mind the points. What I don't understand though is how uh it almost feels like a lot of Chelsea fans are thinking they did more this game than what actually happened. Like it didn't feel like one team super dominated even before the red card. I don't know if people think pressing and winning the ball means domination. Possession was pretty much the same. There wasn't a big chance created up until the Hincapie mistake. I will say though, Rhys James played probably the game of his life in a long time today. Unfortunately, him and Timber still have the same GA. But again, that's neither here nor there. Is James Bola today. Caicedo let you guys down. Maybe if he stays in that game, it doesn't turn into what it turned into. But I don't have too much to say. This game it wasn't as emotional for me as it was for Adams and the rest of the Chelsea fans. As Uzo said, I thought there was still a brotherhood here. I saw Enzo and Cucurella leaving someone Noni. Like there was a tackle Enzo had and he started shouting right in front of Noni's face. And it's like, I don't know where the hate comes from. I know it's not from us, but if this is the new normal, we are definitely ready to host you guys at the Emirates. But yeah, Uzo, I don't have much. I feel like this was a win for Chelsea, so they have a lot more to say. It seems like they had a lot more to prove. But yeah, we take the 1 point. We didn't play well today, so I 1 point away from home at the bridge. They haven't beaten us in a long time. So as long as we didn't lose today, I think I was gonna be fine with that.
Um, I want to go back to the Adams. I have to say the Adams because our dear Pio is gone too soon. we have to we have to have memorials for our dear Pius who was with us. The tombstone was saved from 2023 until 2025. He was a good man. He was a good man.
No, he was. He
Um,
was.
so we always have to remember his sayings and his teachings, and the many twists and turns. But I have to go back to the Adams because, again, this has always been why me and Adams clash. And when me and Adams clash, he start fixing his glasses and he will start clearing his throat. And I'm glad he doesn't have his cap because normally that's when the cap will start moving left and right. But this is why me and Adams clash is the kind of games I feel that he picks to make comments about players, right? Are always interesting to me, right? Because like sometimes it kind of dilutes the point, right, that he's trying to make, which is it can be like an accumulation of games, and you're trying to make a point, but it's like when you finally make the point, is in a game that doesn't necessarily, I feel, warrant the level of the statement. For example, if after the Champions League, and I don't remember, was Rich James a prominent part of Conte's? Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't, right? No,
No,
he
he
was still in
wasn't.
the
No, he
academy.
wasn't. He wasn't. No, he wasn't a professional then.
Okay, so 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 this is a guy that's never won the league,
No.
technically, right? So, okay, um, but
Adams is
but
about to kick you.
no, no,
He's
no,
about
no,
to
no.
kick you off his platform.
Now, it's not
See,
funny. You know why?
no, his glasses have already fogged up. That's
Chooks
Okay,
called
he's about to
Gabriel and Terry.
he's about to kick
Blasphemy.
you off. He's about to kick you off his
Blasphemy,
platform.
bro.
no.
Okay, so wait.
I
So
really just
before
wanted to ask you a question, though. I did want to ask him a question. Is just, but I wanted to clarify those points first. So this is a guy who's never won the league. Um, did you feel that the performance today, and I was in the group chat saying like, man, this is an all timer. Like he's playing, he was moving like Conte out there. You know what I mean? Like playing like two man's position, progressing all kinds of things. But did you feel like this performance, right, is like a swan song in terms of like his career and like because like the statement you made was like not just addressing the Timber right Reese debates. You took it a step further. So my thing is, what about a right back playing in center mid and obviously having an amazing game? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is that? How does that buttress the fact that he's the greatest right back of all time in the
No, I'm
league?
just saying, like, his level of talent is credible. Obviously, like, I said that in spite of what Chooks always says about Gabriel. Like, Gabriel scores a goal. He's like, oh, can I say it now? Can I say it now? I'm like, what? Like, if you can say that, then I can say Rich
Chooks,
James.
have you said those Gabriel takes in public yet?
I
He's
haven't
been
yet.
he's been soft launching it. I don't know if
Nah,
he's
he has, man.
Adam
He
I don't know if
has.
he's
He has.
debuted
Just leaked
it.
it.
Now
He
we
he, he leaked it.
we
Mind you,
might have to go back at. We might have to
all I
check
We
the
told
have to
tape.
search
Adams,
the
right?
archives.
Yeah.
All I told Adams, right, was I was talking about goal scoring center backs, but he's already hit it. So
So so
let
you know what?
let me
Maybe
allow
we can
him.
level with Adams. I think I've solved the problem here. Okay, Rhys James is the best right center mid playing right back.
There you go. There you go. There you go. No, no, but jokes aside, man, I've seen this guy play right back, left back. I just want more respect on his name. That's all.
But see,
Like I,
Adams, that's my thing is like
I just want
it's
more
like your point
respect.
is well received, but when you start here, it's like in Nigeria when you're haggling for price, you don't just start somewhere that will make the guy walk away. You have to meet the guy halfway small so he brings it down. You say 100, you say 50, 75, 55, then you level at 60. You start at like 12,000. It's like, okay, I'm walking away because this guy, I can't even talk you off the ledge.
Fair, fair. But yeah,
But
he's
can we talk about the Reece James performance though? Like, because I do think it deserves some like respect, and I didn't want us to seem like we're all laughing it off because I thought that was one of those performances that it kind of reminds you why, at least for me, because I played. It reminds me of why I know I couldn't have been a professional. Like, sometimes you watch certain games, you watch certain guys play like Ben Davies and Brennan Johnson, and you're like, man, I probably could go pro. But then you watch other guys and you're like, yeah, I have no shot at going pro. That's one of those performances you watch and you're like, I don't think this thing would have ever worked out for me because some of the touches, the intelligence. I think one of the things I appreciate the most, right, about watching a professional when they're kind of in that flow state, in that mode, is the intelligence is almost like second nature, right? Like there's little thinking involved, but it's a lot of like I remember when Henry was breaking down, I forget what pass it was, or I think it was a touch from Gyökeres, right? Where he was like, he takes a touch to the outside, and then by the time he gets the ball back inside, he's defended, and it causes him to have to cut back and then have to take an awkward shot. And he was just showing how like it doesn't look like he did anything wrong. Like he got caught up by the defender, blah blah blah, whoop de woo. He was like, but what you do in that situation is take an inside touch that cuts across the defender, so they can't recover straight down. They have to either run around you or they have to slow up if they don't want to foul you. So that gets you the chance to take a couple extra touches, set your feet, and get a clear shot on goal. And he was like little things like that. You don't really notice it when they don't do it. And when they do it, you take it for granted because it just looks normal, right? And to me, watching Reece James is like you could see the intricacy of each touch. Like there was a touch he took when he was like it's one of those situations where most center mids, whether spray the pass out wide or or switch the ball, whatever, he takes a couple extra touches, which attracts a little bit of a press. And as soon as those guys step up, then he squares the ball. And now that turns into like a 3-on-2. And now you got the numbers advantage. It's just little things like that you notice about his game. And it's like, wow, why has this guy never even thought of playing center mid? Because he looked unnatural in that position. And he looked like he has all the attributes.
he's actually played there.
You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like as
His
Yeah,
like
position.
that's
like not like
that's
he's
the
debutizing there.
Yeah.
that's the Lewis Kelly arc. We're gonna see it with Lewis Kelly too. I think England is soft launching it with James. Those midfielders that play on the as right back and continue because he was exceptional. Like Uzo made a joke. Like if Rhys James is out for the whole season, I don't think anybody should blame him because I don't think I've seen the guy run as much. Adams, I don't know if you are scared that he's gonna be
I
fit
am.
for the next game.
Bro, they need to wrap him in the ice, man. He's not going to play the next game.
I don't think I've seen him move that much. He was exceptional. Like he was exceptional today. I can't lie. And I don't know. Maybe this is me not being a Chelsea fan. I don't know if he played the occasion or if that's just the minerals he has this season. I don't know how much of that boiled down to the fact that Chelsea just played the occasion today. They played like a team that wants to be respected, or that's just the normal. Because is if we watch the next 3-4 games, Adams, and we don't see the same deliveries and the same movements. I've already it was 10:23. Write it down. 10 minutes 23 seconds was when Adam started saying he started calling the names of Gary Neville and Alexandra Arnold. But no, Rhys James today, yeah. But you guys know who I want to. I'm waiting for Uzo to say his name. You know who I'm here for.
I mean, we're gonna get into more Moses. Somebody somebody said somebody said this must be what the Israelites saw when they were going to the promised land. That's why they left. That's why they left Moses. My thing is, what was surprising about the Caicedo discourse, and I'm gonna open the floor to you guys because I know there's a lot of personal stake in this, right? And see, the
Hey,
thing is, Adams is
hey,
not slick. He decided to make this thing all about Rich James,
bro, don't
as if
don't let
as if there
me.
wasn't a reason why Rich James
You
had
know,
to do two men's job.
Uzo, I'm actually happy you allowed him to get. I'm happy you allowed him to get his James off first, because when it's my turn to cook, you just Adams, give me the mic.
Oh
But
man.
the thing with Moses is, it's like this is people were like acting like, oh, this is so surprising. It's not really. A shin kicker kicking shins is about the most predictable thing you can really expect. Um, but I think to Adams's point is he definitely played the occasion, and there were a few players on the pitch, right, who played the occasion instead of kind of playing their game, right? Like you see a guy like Reese, he's rising to the occasion, but he's playing the game, meaning
Mhm.
his level of intent and emotion didn't affect his performance.
Yeah,
It enhanced it. And then
exactly.
there's other guys, and this is probably my least favorite brand of player, right? Is the guys who you can see how bad they want it, but then they let that affect their ability in terms of how they're able to go about getting that. I thought somebody else that played the occasion was Nani. Um, like as soon as he came on, you could see every touch it's like he wasn't even doing the whole smiling gimmick. Brother, you're smiling and playing nonsense. Like you're not smiling and like, you know what I mean? It seemed like he was trying to rattle them, which it was kind of working. They were yelling at him, they were getting on him, but it was like rattle them by doing something positive. You know what I mean? And this is why I like Saka. Like I rarely ever praise Saka. Chooks knows this. I've been Saka's biggest critic probably since he
Oh
debuted,
yeah, we,
right?
we have the tapes. We have the
Oh yeah,
tapes.
and listen, I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down. Listen, I just need one win, just one win. But one thing I love about Saka is he rises to the occasion, never plays the occasion. You rarely see Saka getting sent off. You rarely see him getting involved in scuffles. He does this thing during scuffles where he's just kind of standing there like dismissing you, almost like what are you gonna do? He's not gonna fight you, but
Yeah.
he's also just gonna stand there like okay, so and he will just get on with his game, and it doesn't affect his performance. So for me, like I looked at a guy like Moses, I think Enzo as well. You could tell, like at a point, bro, Reese was having to play 6, 8, and 10. Right. And like Enzo was tidy, but like he wasn't incisive. He wasn't trying to like, get on the ball and affect the game. He was more interested in fighting and yelling and all kinds of dramatics. And you can see from the second half, it's like Arsenal made a concerted effort to see can we rile him up and get him sent off. And credit to him, he didn't buy into it. But you can see like there was a point where Ryan followed him from damn near the 18-yard box all the way to midfield, like trying to get him to like say something. And he was walking away. I was like, okay, that's good. But still, you can see like that emotion didn't and go into your performance, right? So we'll open the floor for Moises, but I think that was a classic playing the occasion and not playing your game because this is someone that is talented. You know what I mean? Like he's not some shin kicking scrub, even though he kicks shins. But
Mm.
it just
We might
what
have
can
to
we say? Let me
retire that
open the
phrase.
floor to
We might
Chooks.
have to retire that phrase.
Um.
What
So
shin kicking?
there's
Yeah.
Nah,
no,
he's
no,
a
we
shin
can't, we
kicker,
can't,
bro.
we can't. What,
Especially on
what
this
I
on this stage.
No,
Yeah.
no, we can't. We can't. What I'll start with is there's a reason why we didn't want to overpay 70 million for him.
Oh man.
Two, never Adams.
Oh
If
man.
you
Never.
ever hold that mic and mention Declan Rice and Caicedo in the same breath, Declan Rice played 8 and 6 today. By the way, never don't. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to smell it. Caicedo is not worth the amount of money you paid for him. What he does well, he does that well, but he doesn't do anything extraordinary
Oh my.
outside of what he does well.
Oh my.
Caicedo is basically a polished El Neni because all he
20,
does is he cleans up.
2905. There you go.
No, and
2905.
and the thing is, he cleans up. He's going to press. He doesn't have the set pieces in his locker. He doesn't have the passing range in his locker. He doesn't have the the pauser in his locker. He doesn't know how to slow games, how to speed them up. What he does best is he's going to destroy. He's going to win you interceptions. He doesn't even tackle as well as Declan Rice. Example, what we saw today.
Oh
And
man.
then he's not a big game player. A big game London derby today, you get sent off 30 minutes into the game. You've lost a lot of oral points. Don't go score against Leeds now, yeah, and you're messaging me. Champions League against Bayern Munich, consider the penalty earlier in the game. the big stages, he hasn't shown me that he's that type of player. Of course, when you bring him down to a level where he's faster than everybody and he's stronger than everybody, he's going to shine because a lot of players are not as fast and strong as him. But when you bring him to the levels today, or maybe a Bayern Munich or games where the athletes are the same, what is distinguishing everybody now is up here. Like we saw with Rhys James, is up here. Like, how fast can you make decisions and know what to do and when to do it? And for me, that's always my thing when people want to compare him with Declan Rice. Is, for one, Declan Rice has too many footballing attributes ahead of Caicedo. And combined with the fact that the things Caicedo does best, Declan Rice does them better. Today he had no excuse. Mind you, this is one of your captains. When they showed that tackle in slow motion, in my head, I'm like, why was he even going for the ball in that situation? And the fact that that's just all he knows how to do. And today he didn't even do well. So Adams, I hope we can put an end to that discussion, please. I've met you in the middle with Rhys James. Now you have to meet. If I hear Moses, okay, if I hear Oga Moses' name next to Declan, no, 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 no.
Okay, so that's the disrespect I won't take. Moises got sent
No.
off. Declan, where were you? The game was there for you, right? You got sent off. Do something then. Do something. Do something. Tap, pass. Play your corner kicks. What did you do? What did you do, Rice? Nothing. He gave you the pass, right? He got sent off. Okay, now it's your show. Run it. Take the keys. Run it. Zubimendi too. Oh, he gets into the starting 11, combined starting 11 over Caicedo. Got hooked. Hooked. You're the better midfielder. Now the midfielder is out. Run it. What did you do? Now we conveniently leave games against Liverpool out. We conveniently leave games against
Come on now,
Barca.
Liverpool.
We
this season.
conveniently leave games against PSG. But we want to pick Bayern. No, like he got sent off today, right? That was crazy. That was terrible, right? There was no excuse. But we can't take that in isolation and define his career. That's insane. That's insane. Like we can't say, oh, all just because of that game, we're going to. Even before that game, Rice said, this guy and we don't play the same position, right? We're different. And everybody said, yeah, they're different, right? And you and I agree that they're different. They have different attributes. But he got sent off today. It wasn't like Rice then busted the midfield and had a man of the match performance. One man shot in you are a midfield general, bro. You're a midfield general. And your opposite number gets sent off. You should be scoring a hat-trick. You should be getting man of the match.
Hat-trick from DM.
You should be getting man of the match. You should, like you, bro. You should be playing your free kicks and all those attributes. The same way.
This deflection tactic would work on someone that's not seasoned, brother. There's no way you are excusing your shin kicking midfielder wanting to kill my makeshift striker.
I didn't. I'm just saying that we can't relegate, or we can't just we can't segregate that game and say all because of that he's not who he is. You say he's not.
He's not. He's not what you guys claim he is.
You say Declan Rice tackles more than he does.
He tackles better.
He tackles better than he does.
His tackles are way cleaner.
Cool. You're saying he's a polished El Neni because of a red card. Because of a red card. Because of a red card, right?
The thing is, you guys made Caicedo. The thing is, you brought this upon yourself by putting Caicedo in debates that he's not supposed to be in. Somebody can be a good player, right? But then when you put him in certain, it's like if you want to flog me about my Gabriel take, when I end up unleashing the take, I can hold that, right? Because I want to put him in that tier that I know he's not there, but I feel he can reach. And that's what you have to hold. You don't get to put Caicedo in those debates and now try to make an excuse for him when he gets sent off in a big game. This is the London derby where you needed him to. What Rhys James did today, that's what you expect from Caicedo. And it feels like you guys are excusing what he did, his performance today. And that's just where Oswak, or I don't know if Uzo is I think he's on the Shinkika agenda. That's what the rest of us are coming in, because you don't get to say Caicedo is not this, is not that, and then you now want to backtrack. That's just Mount. Mount is, don't put him in those conversations. If you do, you have to hold.
No, yeah, I'll hold. Yeah.
Yeah,
Caicedo
exactly.
today, Caicedo today, what he did, like it was crazy. But we'll forgive him. We'll forgive him.
I Hey
We'll-
man, don't hate on the Egyptian prince.
El Neni. That's a what? Nah.
My thing with the Caicedo thing, right, is again, I'm always the only person that's kind of on the side of balance. I caught wind. You know what I mean? I was in my sabbatical. I've been taking some time to re-understand what I know about this game for reasons that we
Adams,
won't get
we
into
have
right
we
now.
have to get on him soon
Yeah,
too.
we
No,
do.
no, no, no. For reasons that we won't get into right now. You know, I took a
Still
sabbatical.
against it right now.
I
He
was
found
I
the
was
perfect time to come back to sneak back. I need George, man. I need George. That's the one that knows how to flog him.
I was traveling, I was studying, sometimes you have to go on a journey, you know. You meet with different cultures, understand what do they know about this game that I'm missing. You know what I mean? So throughout all my travels, I caught wind that something has been happening in the football verse. I said, what is this new thing? I heard that Chelsea fans are now comparing their own legends with Moises Caicedo.
Oh man,
I
no.
said no.
Oh
I
man.
said no. I said surely it can't be. I said what legends? Mikel? Maybe Mikel. Maybe Mikel. Maybe they're saying prime Mikel is on par with Caicedo. Maybe they're saying that. And I was like, even that feels a bit like a step up, for the boy Moses. And then I found out the names that were being floated. I almost can't even repeat it because I have to use Listerine. N'Golo Kante, Claude
Come on,
Makelele,
come on.
Michael. Oh,
That's it.
oh
That I'm
boy, oh
saying is
boy.
they their fan base
Woo!
brought this upon themselves, and it's just
Woo!
annoying that they want to backtrack. Because me,
Woo!
I'm not even. I would never put in certain guys, right? Like, especially when it comes to midfield, you can't put him in that tier yet. Like, because my thing with Caicedo, and the same thing the commentators said, right? I play football. I'm a little bit like Caicedo myself. Like I don't know how to control how fast I'm going. And that's a big deal for midfielders. You cannot compare someone that has that in him where if the game is going too fast, you are getting scared. The commentator literally said he's worried that if Caicedo gets a yellow, he's not going to slow down because he's going the same pace every single tackle. Is that he wants to collect the man and the ball. And
Yeah,
that's something he needs to work on to
he
get
does.
his
He
game to
does.
the next level. Like you cannot go at that tempo. We get it. You play with your heart on your sleeves. I don't know how he grew up, but that's how he plays ball. But brother, if Chelsea wants to go to the next level, for the position you play where you are tackling a lot, you need to because the last thing you want to do is not have that reputation. Because a different day, right? He can go in for a tackle that's not. And we saw it today with Chelsea and even Arsenal players. Any small contact, the guy is on the floor acting like he has died. They touch Miranda a little bit, he's on the floor. They touch Enzo, he's on the floor, crying, shouting. Like the game got to that level where everybody is looking for Anthony Taylor to make a decision. And guys like Caicedo, easy fish. Romero to have the same problem. Guys like that once they go in, once they touch you a little bit, if you start to shout, VAR, the game slows down, VAR has to come in. So Adams, that's where like I feel like that's where my own constructive critique comes
I
in.
hear
Is
you. I hear
for
you. I
him,
hear you.
he
But Adams,
really,
were you
really
were you a
needs
part of
to.
that brigade?
No, I wasn't. Come
I,
No,
on.
I hope not.
Adams wasn't.
I typically like to believe that Adams is the only one on the side of reason, but I couldn't believe that such takes were even existing.
No. I don't think anybody in their right mind really said that. It was just even the Rice one. Chooks and I, we had our show and we said Rice is ahead of him, right? Rice is ahead of him, but you can have that debate. You can have that
Yeah, you
debate.
can. And these are the
Was like,
games for that debate. It's just sad that between the ref and the red card and how bad we played, you know, today is not like where everyone is like, okay, there's an answer. But these are the kind of games where you getting sent off is negative
yeah,
score
it's
for
it's
you.
huge.
Like,
And
is huge for these debates going forward because
and this
it's
game
gonna
for us,
happen.
right?
Yeah, that screenshot is gonna get clipped. They'll just show that red. They'll say
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like that card is good for the next until the next fixture is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And this game for us, right? This game only makes sense if we go on and win against Leeds and win against I think it's Bournemouth, and I can't remember the other
Yeah,
team.
you
So
guys have
In all
some.
honesty, I don't think anyone was looking at this in terms of you guys challenging. I think people were looking at this for you guys to slow them down so that City can challenge.
yeah. No. I'm not even talking about challenging. I'm saying like games that you should win, right? And then if he not being available cost us those points, is it going to be good?
Right.
Yeah,
That makes sense. That makes sense. So it's like he's basically sacrificed because it's what's a 3 game ban, right? It's a
yeah.
straight red. So you've sacrificed yourself. Again, this is the thing with playing the occasion. Your emotion has you've sacrificed 3 games for the price of a half of a game.
We could get dragged into like sixth or seventh place at the end
Yep.
of that run or
Yep.
something. So
Yep.
yeah, it's like was it worth it? Yeah,
Absolutely not. And so that's Palmer to come back in and then Caicedo out. Like can't literally can't catch a
yeah.
break. Um, but yeah, for me, I thought the game wasn't necessarily the best advert for the Premier League. Once again, I think this tends to be a theme with games that the best team in the world plays in. It just feels like they've just gotten to a point where they're anti-entertainment, and I understand it. They're a machine. They're just there to. They've been programmed for only one thing, which is 3 points. And if they can't get the 3, they get the 1. But it was one of those games where you're like, okay, uh, Chelsea looked up for it, and I feel like I would have loved for, and maybe this is a consequence of some of the injuries. But again, this is another thing is you're going against a team that has arguably more injuries than you, more key injuries as well, missing more key players. So I would have loved to see a bit more intent, especially after the week that they had. Like dismantling Bayern, taking Spurs to the two shed. I felt like this was kind of a time to come in and just announce yourself. But end of the day, you go on up 5 on the league. I think maybe you can rationalize that, and that's kind of how Arsenal are. It's just interesting. It feels like the best teams in the league dictate kind of the era in a way. And I'll be honest, maybe it's a little bit of hate. I'm not really enjoying this Arteta era. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like he's ushering in this era of robotic, unentertaining, kind of cagey football. You know what I mean? And I don't love it. I don't love it at all. But end of the day, is about what works, and what we're gonna see is more teams copying that. I mean, have you seen around the league now how long set pieces are taken? I mean, the game is pretty much being played like 60 minutes on the pitch, 30 minutes on set pieces, 10 minutes of fighting and yelling at the ref. It's just it's it's quite interesting. But end of the day, you can only play the game that's in front of you. Um, I think the last thing on the agenda is so City won their game in dramatic fashion. Chooks, how do you feel this result affects kind of any potential race? Who do you think? Because I did this with Liverpool last year when they were looking clear is, and Chelsea was creeping up in second. You guys were third. Who do you think between the chasing pack? Because right now the chasing pack feels like they're all kind of around the same level. Who do you think is your biggest threat? I know, of course, it's probably going to be who I think you're going to say, but so let me say, who are your 2 biggest threats and why?
To
Based on this result.
start with this result, I'm fine with the draw. I I hardly ever expect to win away from home, especially when the team we're playing is on good form. The result is good, and you always take a draw when you're not at your best. Even though we could have stole the 3 points at the end, whatever. My biggest fear isn't a team. Uzo knows my biggest fear is Haaland. If Haaland plays the way he normally plays, City more than likely are going to stay close to us. The second team that worries me, and this might come as a shock. I think there are 2 teams that worry me in the league: Man City and Arsenal. There are 2 teams that worry me because Man City is going to keep us honest. Arsenal is at some point the last 3 years we always come to crossroads, right? Of where are we going to be the same Arsenal that we've been, or are we going to be different? Games like today are games that make me believe that maybe we might be different, but it's still a long season. Only 30 points so far. You need another 60 plus to win the league, right? What scares me about Arsenal is how it almost feels like we are in a simulation. I don't know how before most big games like this, something just out of the blue happens that creates this room for an excuse. At the end of the day, like there shouldn't be an excuse, right? Adam spoke about depth. We have the depth, but at times this season, it feels like we don't have the depth. Like the game against Spurs, I looked at our bench, and we didn't have anyone to bring in attacking wise. But we have all these players. Like today, Hinkapia and Maresca played okay, but a game against Chelsea that just dismantled Barca. I want Gabriel and Saliba in there. So that's also what gets me a little bit worried because I know City, the longer they stay close to us, you're gonna have that fear behind your head that these guys can win 20 straight games. Whether they can do it, we don't know, but we've seen them do it before. I haven't seen Chelsea. Chelsea, for me, are not going to play the way they play today every single game. They are going to somewhat regress to their own mean, and that's not a bad thing. If we lose games too, it evens out, right? But City, especially with Haaland knows how to win them those games before halftime. And now that he's not playing well, it worries me that guys like Foden are picking up some steam for them. So I am worried, but if we keep winning, it's gonna make me less worried. The problem with this robotic style of football is it's Pep that makes it that way. It's not Arteta that started it.
Yeah.
Pius will tell you, even them Rafi will tell you, when they were going those 99, 98 points with Liverpool, with City, I don't think they were enjoying the games. It was just,
Yeah.
am I getting 3 points? Because when you are in a race with City, I told Adams, if I'm in the race with Chelsea, I'm not saying I'm sleeping good, but I'm confident that if I drop points, at some point you're going to, but with City, especially when they leave it late. Man, all I know is I need my players healthy for this December stretch. The games look favorable. I don't think we have any top six game until we play United in January and Liverpool in January. We need to keep winning games, and it's easier said than done. But City, Adams, I know you've been talking about City is not the same City, but that guy Haaland, he's not going to blank every match week. And the match week he blanks, you expect them to drop points. When they go ahead and win the game, like the Newcastle game, he blanks, they lose points. When they go ahead and win the game, it makes it troubling. But
Yeah.
yeah, they are rivals right now. And I mean, December is coming up. Maybe Pius will be more active because it's transfer season. I heard they are already willing to pay Semenyo's release clause.
Oh man.
So if they go fetch Semenyo, yeah, we
Nah,
need
I
to
don't
get
think I don't
Pius
think
backing.
Liverpool are not
So
doing anything this season.
yeah,
They're not.
The
we need
twists
to
and
fetch.
turns, man. Liverpool becoming the club that wins the transfer window and loses every game subsequently. What the way God works is miraculous. It's miraculous because the thing is, Pies used to sit here on his high horse. He'll be up there with his gap, smiling. Slot. He hasn't spent anything. Uh,
Yeah, football is crazy, man.
and then
Football is
now
crazy.
he's buying all these players. And slot is out there. The slot machine doesn't work anymore. He's putting like 56 cents. He keeps nothing's coming out. This guy is absolutely. And the funny thing is, slot has actually made this season a little bit more bearable for me because it's like, when your manager is the one that's on the hot seat, right? What you do is start looking around the league like, okay, who else is
Yeah, you
sweating?
don't, you don't, you don't want everybody to get.
Usually it's Amorim, but it's like, Amorim thing is kind of boring. It's like, whatever, they lose every game. Who cares? But then you look at Slot and you're like,
My God.
thank God. but yeah, no, I think obviously I'm in the same boat. I had City to win the league pre-season. I thought the Newcastle game was massive, and I told Chooks this the day before. I said if they go ahead and drop points against Newcastle, which they're obviously capable of doing, then it gives Arsenal all the confidence in the world for the North London Derby because you're playing with house money. You don't have to pick up points. And then for it to work out to where literally every single contender that they could have imagined dropped points on the same week. I think Liverpool lost, City lost, Uh, at the time, Chelsea weren't looking like contenders, but they managed to win. But it's like you go into that game knowing, okay, even if we don't win, we're still having this healthy cushion over everybody. And I knew they would be relaxed playing that game, and that was my worst nightmare. Is we don't want to play Arsenal that doesn't have any pressure, to win. Um, Unfortunately, it worked out that way, but I still think, with these results, City just need to hang around. That's what I think. They just need to hang around between 4 to 6 points. If it's between 4 to 6 points going into May, I think I absolutely love their chances, especially when these reverse fixtures start happening. Because I feel like teams are kind of starting to respect Arsenal, right? And I think, funny enough, I think the issue has been that not enough teams respect Arsenal, right? A lot of teams have kind of been playing Arsenal as if they're still these minnows. Not in terms of the setup. Obviously, in the setup, teams have been dropping deep. I understand they respect their attacking intent. But in terms of the mentality, you keep feeling like they don't got it in them, or they'll bottle it, or they'll. No, people are now starting to look at Arsenal like, oh, like I was watching the Sunderland game. That is a team that absolutely knew, like, we have to play like our life is on the line, or we're leaving here with nothing. And that's the way, like, if you're going to be playing Arsenal, you have to play as if your life is on the line. Otherwise, you're leaving with nothing. Because if you go through the motions, you're going to find a way to get a set piece goal. They're going to lock up shop, and there's nothing you could do about it. You have to play like your life's on the line every single moment of the game. So I'm hoping that in the reverse fixtures, we're seeing more Sunderlands, more Chelseas, more teams that get in their face, get aggressive with them. You know what I mean? Raise the stakes a little bit, make the game a little bit more interesting, because I'm tired of the routine 1-0, 2-0 wins. It was frustrating watching these guys every week just turn up, don't get out of second gear, get a casual 3 points, and it's just kosher. Change 5 players, easy 3 points. Change 7 players, easy 3 points. 2 injuries, 5 injuries, whatever. Just 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. It was getting frustrating. So it was nice to kind of see that there is some fight left in the league, and let's see how the rest of the league goes on. But I obviously have City as the closest competitors. Adams, what do you take out of this result, and where do you see your season going from here, with context of the red card as well? Cole Palmer still to come back into the team. What are your expectations now, and who do you think are the closest contenders?
Yeah, I'll start with the last one. I think it's still City. But I know you've said on the show, and I always stick with that, is like, if you're in almost like if you're in a Champions League battle, you're almost in a title. How did you say it? You said something along those lines, like, where, like, if you're trying to get Champions League, you almost have to be in a title race. Yeah. So I would say in context of that, I would say then we have to insert ourselves into the title race and be like the third horseman in make it a three horse race or whatever. But I still think it's City. They have that machine that can score goals, right? I know we still have Palmer, right? And I'm yet to see what level he's going to be on this season, right? And that would fully inform me on how we're going to do, because we need like a very potent goal scorer, and we don't have that right now. If Palmer can bring back that form that he had his first season and score 20 plus goals, then maybe. But we don't have that guy. Jao Pedro is not looking like he can score 20 goals for us. So we need a goal scorer. And January, I think we need to buy some defenders. I know Fofana and Chaloba did okay, but I need cover around that position. Sanchez has been great. So I think overall our team has improved. I think we have no excuse if we finish anything below third this season. So I'm inserting us into the title race. Not feeling like we'll win, just make sure that we're there. And psychologically, I want us to get in Arsenal's faces, right? Even if they win this season, for next season. I remember Arsenal, if Arsenal eventually wins it this season, there was a point where they did it to City. Well, okay, we're here as well. This is going to be our league at some point. So I want our boys to start putting that in front of us now. Like, look, we're no pushovers, right? We'll eventually be that team to win this league. It might not be this season, but maybe next season we'll eventually be that team.
Yeah, one thing I would say is the talent is there. I think watching today, I'm like, man, I forget how many talented players Chelsea have. It feels like everybody just can receive the ball on the touch. They're all like, just at some point, like some player that had potential somewhere in some way. But end of the day is about putting it all together at some point and getting it
Yeah.
right in the window. I think one thing we can say is Maresca. I feel like he's kind of I think he's established himself as the guy, right, going forward. I think I used to say like, can you close your eyes and picture the guy winning things? I think now I can. You know what I mean? And it's probably the first time in a long time Chelsea managers that I can say I can see like Enzo Maresca winning something notable. FA champs, Premier League. I can see him winning something. Obviously, I don't see it like tomorrow or next season, but I can see it. Like there's the eventuality is there. So
Nah, yeah,
that's
you
a
guys
credit
got
to
to
him.
get to the Carabao Cup final. Yeah, we'll see.
Who?
Chooks, get
Oh,
Carabao Cup final. Let's try to make that a. I
Oh,
think the
that would,
last.
that would be such a dead beef.
You think so?
Fighting for Carabobians. Come on,
no,
man.
no,
Like
no. I want to
Nah.
start somewhere. I
Huh?
like that. I like that idea. Although we have a tougher road.
you know how Chelsea like to scuffle over these small cups,
Yeah, man.
man. Don't get it away,
I'll
man.
gladly
Hey, but
take that off your hands,
they
man.
have
I'll
Com-
take that off your hands,
they
bro.
have they have
Conference League
Cardiff.
and World
They,
Champs.
they gave them Cardiff, and then they gave us Palace.
Yeah,
I even
man.
think
Like,
we don't even play Palace until the day before Christmas. I think you guys play them like the week before. But nah,
yeah.
I need that though. I like this new Chelsea. I saw them shining teeth against Nani. Say I wasn't didn't this guy just
Nah,
win
Nani was
Conference
being
League?
annoying too, bro. Nani was being annoying. Like, what was all that for? Yeah,
No, but like
he was coming to
but
my house and he wants to be smart. He was doing the same thing Mount was doing. Like, bro, come in here and play and go. Don't come here and do swag and like, like this is bro.
The funny thing, he came on when it was still 1-0 too, right?
yeah, it was still 1-0.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I feel like that kind of gave them a little bit more confidence too. Like, yeah, you thought you were gonna be coming on, up 2-0, trying to stab
Now,
at
if Nani had
edge.
scored, that guy would remove his shirt
But
and
can
his
can I just
1000%.
can I just say something there? I need some consistency for the Emirates game. If you come to the Emirates and get dogged walked,
Nah, we'll be there, man.
no
What?
excuses.
Nah, no excuses.
Ah,
Now.
okay, good. Because
No
if,
excuses,
if you
bro.
guys come there and, as Uza said, is a
Nah,
routine
that 5-0 is never happening again. First of
Prasad
all,
Banga and Rice go 2-0. I don't want to see heads down.
nah. That's not happening.
All
That's
right,
not happening.
cool.
Emirates.
I was telling Chooks, I think that 5-0 is what broke the buddy relationship. I think because I was telling Chooks, there was this trend when Arsenal were really, really down bad. It was always the Chelsea fixture that turned their season around.
Yeah.
You guys just knew how to throw them a bone, even if you needed the 3 points badly. Once you see them come in and their heads is all down,
Nketiah.
hold the
No,
3
but
points,
guys,
hold this.
guys, forget the 2000.
But when they were
2000
down, what did you do, Chooks?
No.
What did you do when they were down?
Five.
You put elbow in the back of their spine.
Now that's not happening again. Even the last season at Emirates, bro, you guys didn't really play that well.
Who won?
You won, but I mean,
Okay.
you didn't play that well. It wasn't
Okay,
a 5-0.
Okay,
Bro, I
so
want to
when
see
you-
Havertz,
so-
man. I want to see Havertz again. Bro, next time you come to the bridge, I want to see Havertz. I want to see Nani again. Let them start.
Bro, they'll be there. Havertz is back too. He's back in training.
I want to see him, man.
We'll get him.
Carabao Cup final. Let's make that happen, man. Let's get, bro.
Get him fit. You guys need to beg glass now, man. Although with this their Europa League,
Now we're not even
Bro,
go. Let's even get there first. Let's even get there.
No, I mean you're playing Cardiff. The problem is Man City, Brentford, Newcastle, Fulham.
Ooh,
You have
those
to hope,
teams there.
right, that Fulham win, Brentford win, and we
No,
get.
if Man City is there, let's forget about it. It's Man City's cup. If Man City is still
Also, there's a reality where you play each other before the final. So.
there. That's
Yeah, I'm saying though, if you want to get to the final, I mean, to be honest, with things like Carabao, I'll rather play the hardest game first.
Yeah, it's a Man City. Like, Man City are still there at this stage. Then is
Yeah,
Man
like
City.
I'd rather play City first than meet them in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing else interesting happened in the league, so I think we can lock off the episode here.
Oh man,
Big. What happened to Big? Bro, talk to me about that Vicaria mistake before we go.
yeah. You owe us that. You owe us that.
No,
much.
you owe us NLD summary.
You ask a lot, man. You have a lot of
They had a lot of sins to atone for.
now you've been owing a lot these days.
I told you guys that I've been traveling. I've been traveling on my way.
Carry a deep. You carry travel. I've not
now,
seen a goalkeeper.
now why
On,
would
on
you do that, man?
on my way, I met some bandits. Some bandits. They attacked me. I have some battle scars.
Big.
I was on my travails and my trials.
Oh man.
But we survived. I still got my jersey on, end of the day. I've been fighting my fans. I've been fighting opposition fans. I've been fighting refs. I've been fighting PGMOL.
Bro, what's that midfield though? What's that midfield? What's going on there?
So it's been so many weeks since I've been here, so it's like there's so much to address and it's funny because like it's probably a good thing that I wasn't here because I feel like I would have contradicted myself 50 million times because there was definitely a time where I said, yeah, the manager has got to go. Like it's like enough is enough. We got it wrong. We just got to move on and know that yeah, he just wasn't the guy for us. But the more I think about it, bruised and battered, passed around like a used pair of joggers in a household that has 6 boys. You know how that works. By the time it gets to number 6, it looks like this. But I thought to myself, I'm like, if you never go through the trenches, you just will never fix it. Because the one thing that Chooks has always been right about, he said this about Chelsea, he said this about United.
Mm-hmm.
If you refuse to go through the trenches, if you don't go through the trenches, you won't come out. The thing is, you're always going to patch it. You will patch it. It's like, when your tire has a nail in it, you keep patching it. If you don't go through the dummy is a little wobbly, but it gets the job done. If you don't go through the dummy, you won't make it in time to go change that tire and get something new. Right now, we're trying to patch. This tire has 85 nails in it. And we're trying to patch it and patch it. At this point, the tire is made up of like 80 other tires. And the reality is a DNA thing. Because like I've been fighting my fans. They're saying rightfully so, this manager has been like horrific, terrible. I mean, we've done 0.0 something XG in 3 different games. It's almost unimaginable. Like you can generate that same XG sitting at home on your couch. Like you can legit generate the same amount of XG with Kudus and Simons and Odo Bear, Moani, Bergval. You are generating 0.05 XG. It looks bad. It looks terrible. It looks awful. And a part of me wants to say, yeah, we got the manager wrong. Get rid of him. But then I look at the attitude, especially the attitude in that last game against Fulham at home, to the worst away team in the league, a local London rival who you clearly should be up for playing every single time you play them. And I said to myself, no, that was the game that made me say, no, it's not the manager. I'm like, these players are taking the piss. Clearly, they think they can sack whoever, whenever, right? They can just throw any manager under the bus when they're sick of whatever they feel that his tactics are, or if it doesn't suit them, blah, blah, blah. They feel they can just band together. And because you can't tell me, forget the Vicario mistake. Those first 5 minutes.
No, it was spooky.
I truly believe that if you get us 3 and all the guests we've had on the Football Fan Zone podcast over the last 2 years, and we form a quick 11, one huddle. You know how Zinchenko used to do those huddles? We just need one of those huddles. I promise you we can put together a better 5 minutes before we gas out than the 5 minutes that I watched in those. That was like, I texted in the chat and Chooks can verify this. I was like, has he lost the dressing room? Because like, that's the kind of one where you're like, oh, you're not playing for the manager at all. That was absolutely incredibly bad. Knowing that you're coming in with all the microscope, everything we've been talking about leading up to that game in the Spurs stratosphere was our home record is so bad. It's so poor. Why do we start these games so slowly at home? Why the first half so bad? Okay, now we're going against the worst away team. Could this be an opportunity for us to finally turn that around? And you come in and you start the game like that? I mean, like, bro, I couldn't believe like those goals were like, and forget about the goals, the chances. It could have been 4-0 within 5 minutes. Like it was literally just open season on our defense. And that kind of made me feel like, okay, that's why he doesn't play so open. That's why he doesn't play with this much um aggressiveness and emphasis on attack, because he doesn't trust these guys to be able to get back in defensive positions. I'm looking at Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro, like he had Chukwueze looking like, I was like, oh man, where was this guy for Nigeria? Like, you know what I mean? Like this guy could have got the World Cup, but no, he's just going against Porro. So anybody can look like a champ going against Porro. And I'm just like, I've seen Noah Okafor do this. I've seen Semenyo do this. I've seen, you can name winger after winger after winger.
No,
Trossard,
crazy.
Trossard. They've all done this to my defense. It doesn't matter. So I'm starting to now feel like, you know what? The players deserve this manager. They must endure. Because you know what? You like the last manager, cool. You got him sacked. You finished 17th. You couldn't do better than that. If he would have finished 10th, he probably still here. If he finished 10th and won the Europa League, he would have still been here. That's a fact. You finished 17th, you sacked the manager. So if you're mad at the new manager, boo-hoo, cry about it. You have to endure this. So I'm now in the camp of, I'm giving him a chance. He must succeed here. He must. By hook, by crook, by whatever, he must succeed here. And he must succeed or all these players can get out. That's just the simple fact, because I've completely fallen out of love with every single player on the team. I'm there. I'm in that position where, like, if anybody gets sold, you know, God forbid anybody gets a long-term injury, I'm not gonna bat an eyelash. I don't feel any connection with any of them. Not Kudus, not Simons, not none of them. Because one thing I could take losing. I don't even mind that. When you're part of the trenches, that's part of the game. You're gonna lose games. But what I can't take is the attitude that you lose with. It's like me knowing the kind of person that I am in real life. I can't take supporting people that aren't like that. It's like, and you can ask Chooks, he's played with me on several teams. We don't like to lose, right? I've seen Chooks get a 2-footed red card worthy tackle when we're down like 2-3. He's that kind of guy. It's like once things are going bad, okay, time to take somebody with me. You got to take somebody down with you. And we do it emphatically to send that message, right? So when I watch my team just be absolute, like I'm watching the North London Derby and I'm like, we're getting absolutely demolished. And there's no cards. Nobody has fought. There's no headbutt. There's no, like, bro, when Arsenal were bad, they would do that. When we were bad, we would do it. Bro, at least give us something. Give me a red card. Give me a headbutt. I don't care. I legit don't care. If you're not going to win the game, if you're going to be outplayed, out passionate, whatever, at least don't let them outfight you. At the very least, that's the one thing everybody has the same amount of is fight. So when I watch these games, I mean, game in, game out. Look at the PSG game. My goodness, like it's just so casual. It's like they're happy to lose. It's just a day out. Okay, look at us. We're in Parc des Princes. Oh my God, look at this beautiful stadium. Oh, the best team in the world. What are we supposed to do? Oh, let's just hold 5 and go home to our kids. Nah, with all due respect, fuck that. You know, like I want my team to just try to fight. We saw Newcastle against the same PSG team give them absolute hell. We've seen inferior teams. You just understand what it means. We're back in the Champions League. We're in these away European grounds. We see Chelsea go to Barcelona. Have Barcelona give them a game. You see Arsenal get up for the Bayern Munich game. Like, bro, these are the games that you want to announce yourself. Just fight, do something, right? But it's just too casual. I think that's the word. It's too casual. And it does come from the manager. He's extremely casual. There's zero passion in him. He's a nerd. He dresses like a nerd. He has zero aura, right? All he cares about is the X's and the O's and his adjustments and his whatever. And some of the reports coming out of the stadium now is, oh, the players wish he would focus more on his team than on the opposition team. It's like, this is like a complete flip-flop of Ange. Whereas like one over-focused on his team, now one is overly focused on the opponents. But my thing is just, you can be all of that. Can I get a little bit of passion? I want to see him throw something on the sideline. I want to see him fall to his knees. I want something. Bro, Enzo Maresca ran and did knee slide and got suspended for celebrating. Honestly, I'll take that. Anything. Arteta doesn't stay in his technical box. I would take that. But at least you can say his problem is that he cares too much. Pep will break bottle on his head. Whatever he needs to do, scratch himself, bleed, Klopp running down. This is the same thing that Liverpool is dealing with Arne Slot, and it's clear. On like having a lack of charisma is a problem in leadership. It just is. No one can follow you if you don't even look engaged in what it is that you're doing. Like you don't even look like you care. You don't look passionate about it. You don't look like you're invested in it. You don't look like the losing hurts you. You don't look like you care when you lose, like it hurts. That's the thing that is missing in this guy. And if you're going to make the step up and be a manager of a big team that has big expectations, then you have to develop that and quick. And I remember going back to his very first interview, he was like, we're going to lose games, a lot of games. And it's just like, I have a problem with what you're saying, but why is this so casual for you? Why? So I know everything I've just said sounds like I want the manager out. I do, but I feel like we deserve this manager. We need to suffer here because you can't just keep trying to quick fix things. So we need to suffer here. If we're going to sack him, get an interim, wash the season, right? And let's reset. I would just like a reset. I want some of these players to go, and I want us to just do a total and complete rebuild, the same way we did with Poch after the AVB era. Just a complete reset, get some of the kids up, get the team back involved, and just back, because now there's a fracture between the fans and the players. Players, like our own players, are getting booed. They were booing Vicarious every touch, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. The fans are sick of it, bro. It's not like it's one game, and I hated that Frank was saying it as if it's like one game. Oh, you're not a real Spurs fan when we're playing. You need to support the players. Not bump that, bro. This is every single home game this season. You don't think at a point people that are spending a lot, we have some of the highest ticket prices in the league. You don't think that people that are paying the highest ticket prices in the league are going to get frustrated that they're seeing that bull crap every single time they come to the stadium? Like, get real. You're coming to the stadium and you're expecting at minimum a fight, and then you show up in a London derby at home after losing the North London derby away, and you start like that, and you expect the fans to do what? Be happy clappers. Oh, it's all good. Go team. No, people are entitled to feel a way about performances when you put up that kind of fight. So I could go on forever because I've missed like 500 episodes, but
way to make up for it.
We absolutely have to hold. Yeah, we have to hold. We have to hold, but we deserve this. We should not run away from it. He must stay, and we must suffer all the sufferings because they vetted him. They said he's the guy. I said he's the guy. You know what I mean? He fooled me. But we got to hold.
When you want to start looking, you know I'm your guy, right? When you're ready to look.
I already have your LinkedIn open in a different tab. I already typed in Adam.
I think Frank is the guy. But what you're saying is right though. Like when it comes to losing isn't a problem sometimes. It's always how do you lose? And I think we see it across every type of sport. Like there are ways people lose and you can be like, okay, we don't accept that you lost, but we can tolerate that you lost. Like, because you're right, like not everybody is fast, strong, mobile, technical, but everybody can see when somebody is hustling, fighting for something like duels, right? It's something Arteta literally, it took him 4 years for the players to buy into the concept of duels. And he wasn't saying like he wants you to win every duel, but he wants you to go into every duel thinking that you're going to win it. The loose balls, you have to be there. You lose the ball, like the Adams, you watch All or Nothing. One of the games, he was shouting at Balogun, say you lose the ball and you start to complain and you lose the ball. Like Calafiori today when Rhys James hawked him, immediately you have to chase him, you foul him, you hold your yellow card. Those are the little things that I watched the Fulham game, right? And it feels a little bit too casual. And I think that's where I don't blame fans for booing, right? Because it is kind of annoying when Fulham haven't won. They showed their record before the game.
No, they haven't even gotten a point.
They haven't won.
They've lost every away game.
One of the record had to give because you also, I think you saw, I had like the worst home records in the league.
No, we have the worst, but we've at least won home games. But it's like they haven't won a single away game.
Yeah, like they haven't won a game.
Bournemouth haven't won a single away game. Guess where their only away game was that they won?
You guys, right?
When I hit that Wolves
only 1 point.
That is crazy.
Yes,
at our home.
Any other coach should have gotten sacked for that.
And this is what I'm saying is like you're saying the booing. It's we're not
No,
going
no,
for
he
one
has to.
game.
He shouldn't bring that up.
He was
Because
going at the fans talking about they're not real fans. They're not real fans that are
nah,
paying their money to
fans
watch that BS every
fans are
single.
always gonna be that way. There are still fans that are saying Ateta out after this result today. Like Ligona is already on his Ateta
No,
because
that's not a fan,
fans
man.
fans always are going to go with the wind, right? But as a manager and as players, I think the manager too needs to know who are the guys that are going to survive this trenchy season we're in. Because it's
He
something
needs
that
like
Chelsea
five
did for
guys.
years. Yeah, and it's something Chelsea did for years when they were going through like from Mourinho came back, got fired. You guys got an interim. Then you got Conte. Then you fire Conte. You bring in Sarri. You fire Sarri, and you had them William, Luis, all these guys that were just there, constant. The same guys that give up on the manager and they stop playing football. And I think it's something that players do, right? Because they know they can get the manager. You will see with United a lot. United come in, they bring some big money players and leave all the guys that literally kill and suck the life out of their own teammates and out of the fans. But when it comes to Tottenham, I really think people need to stick with Thomas Frank. His footballing mind is something that if you get through this rough stretch, which I think you will still need to sell players, buy players, but I don't think you should give up on him. The results are not encouraging. And this is coming from someone like myself that watched COVID ball. I have seen my team
He has a lot of credibility when it comes to stuff like this.
No, but
like
see,
I have
but
credibility.
but
Go
but
on.
Chooks addresses why
Yeah,
I'm impatient with this guy is even at the worst of Arteta, right? The passion was never lacking.
oh yeah,
Ever. I remember, bro, Arteta used to be fighting Klopp when they were still bad. He used to be fighting Klopp. He used to be fighting refs. He used to be yelling. And the issue with Arteta was always, oh, he's too arrogant. What does he think he's done? Da, 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 da. I would rather that than this nice guy thing. It can't work.
Yeah,
It
he
just
needs to.
cannot work.
If you're in the trenches, and Amarin has tapped
Um,
into it, like
Kinda
Did
like
you
you
see
need
when the
to
players
address.
did you see when the players ignored him on the pitch when
yeah,
Van der Ven
against Turkey, yeah.
and Spence
Yeah,
just literally did this to him and he came into the press conference and was like, it's not an issue. They came in the morning and apologized. And I said he handled it well, but now you put it all together and it's like, yeah, this is the problem with you. You're soft. He's soft, and that's why the team is soft. That's why the team can go get dominated in the NLD, come back to Fulham at home, and get dominated in the first 5 minutes after being dominated by Chelsea the week before. That's the
That's
last
crazy.
time your fans saw you. Wake up!
It's crazy.
What are we saying?
What happened between Beckval and Poro?
Basically, Poro was mad at Bergvall for even going to the fans. He was telling the fans to fuck off, and he went straight down the tunnel. I was like, the players are mad at the fans. Fans are mad at the players, and the manager is just there in the middle of it all, Mr. Nice Guy, just analyzing the next opposition. He's probably already straight straight to go watch DVD. Guy, bro, honestly, bro, if I speak, suspended another 3 months.
What DVD?
If I
He's
speak,
watching
suspended
tech,
another
bro.
3 months. Listen, I don't know how you guys did this tactical team, man. I know you guys had, what was that, Bruno Solta, whatever that guy that did interim for you guys. Listen, I wish there was a United fan to come
Bro,
tell me
we
how
had
the
Potter, man. We had Graham Potter at some point, bro. That's the
No,
no,
but I
it's,
mean,
it's United
guys,
fans with what was that Ragnarok? What was it?
Yeah.
Ragnick.
Ragnick,
Ragnick.
Listen.
What's his name?
Yeah, no, Ragnick.
Ragnick, yeah, Ragnick.
Listen, it's not for me. Y'all know me, bro. You know what I love about this game? The reason why I started watching this game is the passion, bro. The passion. I don't care if the XG is 5 or the XG is 0.5. I just want to see something that would make me hold my shit. Listen, I can't with this manager, bro. But we deserve it. We absolutely this is they've removed Levy, so there's no more crying about Levy.
Yeah.
They say this is their man going forward. The
Yeah.
new Spurs.
but I honestly think you guys need to stick with.
Yeah, you
And
have
this is not
you
me
have
saying it because Frank is our number one glazer. I'm not saying that because of that, but I honestly think Frank is someone that I feel like if he went to Chelsea, I would be so scared. Like he, unlike how he presents himself, that guy has some real darkness within him, bro. Like the way he can, bro, the way he can set up, which is why like I don't know why he's going away from what made him successful at Brentford. You know,
This is a
respectfully,
big, it's different, man. It's a big club.
but
It's not
I mean, like
Brentford anymore.
Tottenham is not going to be ever since Pochettino turned them into a side that has given them this illusion that they are supposed to compete, is making every manager go there thinking the same way. Tottenham need to tap into what Newcastle is doing. That's the best way to stay very competitive and even sneak in trophies here and there. You need to become a team that's hard to play against and a team that, like
That's
Newcastle,
what I
right?
thought we were getting with this guy. Like
Exactly.
he's not even
That's
playing
what
how he
needs
played at
to.
Brentford.
Boys,
Like
man,
Exactly.
the
we're gonna
high.
have a 2-hour episode talking about Spurs.
No. We're going to end it in, but also that's what he needs to go back to is Brentford. You see Brentford in the schedule, and it's like that gif of LeBron of the future. Like he sees Kawhi, he's like, damn, like, oh, he's gonna come back. Like you see Brentford, you see, bro, Newcastle is the perfect example. What Eddie Howe has done with them, guy. You see Newcastle, you see you have Newcastle.
They're on a crazy roll right now. By the way, my
Man.
goodness, they're dismantling teams. But
how
that's a conversation for a different day.
we got out of there with 3 points, I don't know, but that's what
Nah,
I was
that's a
thinking with
huge 3
Frank.
points you guys got from
Man,
them.
that's what I was thinking with Frank because Frank knows how to be tough to play against. Like, I don't need you. If I'm a Tottenham, if I'm the Tottenham owners, I'll tell him, guy, I don't need you. I don't need us to win 6-0. I just want us to be that team that if Chelsea, Arsenal, United,
But the
City,
thing is,
when they see
he's
us,
not doing either.
no,
He's not hard to beat,
Nah, he
and he's
thinks that
also
he's coming
not
into a
doing
big
anything
team.
offense. The XG thing is really
Now
bothering me
the
because
XG is
at
Raz,
Brentford,
man.
he used to be the king of XG. Bro, Brentford used
You
to
know
be
how
up
to
there in the
farm them.
top 5 with XG.
Yeah. And it's
I
like
don't.
he has similar players. I mean, like Kudus is good
These
enough
players
to.
are better than what he had at Brentford, at least, even
Yeah,
with the injuries. Bro, Kudus and Simons are better than anything he's ever dreamt of in Brentford. Like, what are we
yeah,
saying?
he should be. He should be
Ah,
cooking. But I don't know, like when he went away from even his stare at the back, trying to be a little bit more progressive. I'm like, bro, do what you
I'm
do
seeing
best.
Kevin Danso trying to progress. Allah, bro, listen. There was a time where, like,
Let's keep it simple, bro.
listen. No, I've changed religion. I told you I've been traveling. You know,
Hey, man, yeah.
I've been traveling, bro. I've been through it. I've been through it. I've changed religion several times. I don't even know what I am anymore.
Adam's about to put up the lights, man.
Listen,
Adam's about to put up the lights.
before I get this podcast canceled, let's just leave it at that. Right now, I'm paying for my sins badly.
Anyway, Adams, let him know that Eguavon needs a job, man.
Bro.
Eguavon is unemployed.
Bro, some of
Eguavon
you guys.
Before Pius gets him. Where I go?
Pius. You know, bro,
So
December
if you
is
guys
not-
went from that Nigeria result, went back to your clubs to smile. People that came back to.
You know, Adams, December is really the month for Pius. Transfer window at AFCON.
AFCON, yeah, he's gonna be back.
Bro,
He's gonna
You
be
might-
back saying, giving us quiz. What's the
Bro,
African?
Adams is going to look into his account on a random Wednesday. See Pius here preparing quiz. No. My boy is back next month, man. Don't worry.
Oh man.
Nah, Pius, man, he was a good dude, man.
Yeah.
No, he's back next. AFCON at transfer window. Come on, he's back.
Slot
He's
tried to
back,
kill our
back.
boy, man.
Nah, they can never kill him.
Slot machine. Now, one day we're gonna have a segment on what did Chuk's dad say about Slot today. That's when I'll get the podcast canceled the fastest.
You don't want to hear what he said about Konate. I'll tell you that much. we have to leave it at that.
You know, we have the Spurs episode now. We need that Liverpool episode.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
If we
well,
can just trick Pius, we need to tell him it's only Nige.
He's only 9. Yeah. Let's talk about the squad, the AFCON squad.
yeah. There he can
I
heal.
will wear Nigerian jerseys. We'll wear Nigerian
And
jerseys.
then you rip it. Underneath, you see judge, jury, and executioner. He needs to know. Liverpool fans must answer because the running that I've seen, Rafi, Riem, everybody, they're all gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're all gone.
They're gone. They don't even post about football anymore, soccer anymore.
It's like they don't know the sport.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll be here. We'll be here for sure. Like they say, twist and turns, eh?
Oh,
Yeah,
man, this was a good pod, man. All right, boys. Thanks everyone for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and follow, and we'll see you in the next one.